Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shema, this week's topic is going to be entitled, Camp is Not Seasonal. Okay? Camp is not seasonal. Camp is not something that you do when you feel like it. And in fact, the IUIC, they had a video, all right, I didn't watch it, but the title was Camp is Back in Season. So this is not like the fucking NFL or the NBA where there's an off season or the weather changes and we go out in the summertime. No, all right, this thing is year-round life duty, planting. Okay, we're gonna cash out eventually, but right now we're just sowing, all right, and we're gonna have to keep sowing in season and out of season until the harvest. The harvest represents the end of the world. Okay, and when I say the end of the world, I mean the end of this man's rulership. Which man? So-called white man, Esau, Edom. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season and out of season. And that word, be instant, all right, it means to be present, all right? Remember in school, they call your name, here, present. I remember saying that as a little kid, right? Present, right? So that's how the Lord is going to be doing, giving out the roll calls. You got to be present, okay? If you're not, too many absences, get your ass out of there, It says, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, right? So, reprove, rebuke, exhort. That's what we're doing, all right? And when we reprove you, guess what? It's a good thing, all right? The scriptures tells you in the book of Psalms, King David said it. He said in Psalms 141:5, he said, let the righteous smite me, for I know it shall be a blessing ointment among my head, all right? The scriptures also says the words of the wise are as goads, all right? Meaning the ox goad, to prick the horse and direct them in the right path. So that's what this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding represents. And that's why we have to go out there, rebuke our people, all right? And as prophets, we cannot be lazy fucking sluggards, all right? That's them other camps, all right? Doing this work when they feel like it, all right? And not going out there in the highways and byways consistently, all right? The key is consistency, all right? As I always say, through the Spirit, when it comes to this work, it is better to operate off discipline than motivation, all right? Because motivation is a fluctuating feeling, right? Oh, I don't feel it right now. Oh, no, I'm in the Spirit. Oh, I don't feel it right now. No, if you operate based off discipline, then it's going to be fuck your feelings. I got to put together my lessons. You set together a set. You say, look, whether you're driving from work to home, you're going to say, I'm going to do a lesson in that period. Or you have to set up a particular program throughout your day to say, look, I'm going to stick to this, all right? The same way I could fucking make it into work all day on time or whatever, the same way I could get up and put the effort in for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? And going to camp is a part of this truth, all right? If you call yourself a prophet, you have to go out there in the highways and byways, be instant, in season and out of season. No fucking breaks, all right? Why are we taking breaks? Yahushua ain't take no break. All right, so right now, when we refer to seasons, that's going back to planting and harvesting. Like I mentioned, the harvest is the end of the world. All right, the book of Luke, chapter 8 and 11 reads, now the parable is this. The seed is the word of the Most High. So we should be planting this seed. Okay, the word of the Lord should be planted. All right, how are we planting it? Through this internet, putting together shows, going out there into the camp. Let this scatter in the seeds, man, all right, that it may plant in the brain of the elect. Now, just like the scriptures in the parable in Matthew 13 chapters talk about, you scatter it, it's going to fall on different types of grounds, all right? But ultimately, it's up to the Most High whether we're going to have a bountiful harvest, meaning a bunch of people come in, and you can't have enough. But ultimately, we do understand that it's going to be a small sanctuary. The book of Matthew 13 and 38 says, the field is the world, all right? So that's where you plant the seed, out there in the world, all right? So we have to go out there, push this thing, all right? Internet, physically on the streets, be teachers, be prophets, all right? Be laborers, okay? It says the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tears are the children of the wicked, all right? Now, reading on, we're going to go to the book of, because I mentioned that this thing is a labor. This thing is prophesying. First off, I'm going to start with this. 1 Thessalonians 5:20 says, despise not prophesying, all right? Despise not prophesying. You should be on fire for this thing. The Apostle El Tahal, okay, we mimic that when we just come in, but after a while, you got to understand what that means, okay? Yes, we all start of parrots and shit like that, but after a while, you got to start understanding what you're saying and understanding what you're reading. We should be on fire for this truth. The notion that camp is seasonal, I'm going to come out when it's hot, or when the weather is just right. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. No, that's not the mind of a soldier. That's the mind of somebody diligent. That's not the mind of a prophet. That's not the spirit that our forefathers were in, and that's not the spirit that our apostles are in. So why the fuck would we be in that spirit? All right? Every man in this truth should have godly guilt, okay? Every man that truly believes in the truth, you should have your own godly guilt, okay? If you're okay with sitting at home and not putting together this word without any godly guilt, then you gotta fucking check yourself, man, okay? Straight up, you gotta check yourself. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 15. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry. Wait a minute. So you're not supposed to be a fucking lazy person, all right? You're supposed to love working. Men should love working, all right? Real men love working. This new fucking generation with your goddamn influencers and TikTokers and I need this day off, that day off, I could only work 4 hours, oh, I'm hurt. That's this new generation bullshit, man. Real men fucking love working, man. You like to keep your mind occupied, all right? Because guess what? Idleness does the devil's work, man. Keep yourself busy. All right. 15 says, Ecclesiasticus 7:15 reads, it says, hate not laborious work, neither husbandry. What's husbandry? Seed planting. Okay. You have a man and his wife, or a woman and a wife and a husband. Okay. Guess what the husband does? Plants his seed, his sperm, into the woman. Okay. Husbandry. We should not despise prophesying. We should not despise laborious work. We should not despise planting seeds, okay? All right? In other words, we should not despise teaching this thing and going out there in the highways and byways in season and out of season. You must be present, okay? It says, which the Most High hath ordained. So you see the type of man the Lord is, okay? You see the type of man the Lord is. Look how he compares his work, what he compares it to. All right, husbandry. Okay, laborious work. All right, being not just physically fit, but spiritually fit to do this thing, man. Okay, well, you don't have to be physically fit to do this thing, all right, but spiritually fit to do this thing, because this is a spiritual war. It's not a carnal war. All right. So you gotta be spiritually fit, man. All right, because you're in a fucking fight. We're in a fight, brothers. All right, every day the spiritual demon Satan, sent by the Most High, all right, is looking to see who he could devour. All right, so you got to be battling these demons on a day-to-day basis. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to fuck up. A bunch of shit is going to play out in your head. But you got to say, fuck all that. I'm going to stick to what I'm supposed to do. I'm just going to keep teaching. You can't go wrong with that. No matter what lot falls, sometimes brothers get, for example, put out the camp, suspended or kicked out or whatever. And what they do, they just keep fucking teaching. All right, and look how it turns out for them. Now look at the contrary. When a guy starts talking bullshit, doesn't start teaching wayward doctrine, you don't see him after a while. Okay, but the Most High shows the mercy to the man that is diligent and constantly just sticking to this, because pursuant to Romans 14:5, that man is fully persuaded about this thing, man. He truly believes this truth. If you truly believe this truth, you're gonna have godly fear. I'm not talking about the fear of men or I'm going out to be seen. Fuck all that, all right? I'm talking about the fear of the Most High. The Most High will fucking destroy me and jack me up, all right, if I just squander his word, okay? That's the type of fear I'm talking about. Now, this is the book of Psalms 126:5, and it reads, "They that sow tears shall reap in joy." Right? They that sow tears shall reap in joy. Right? Meaning, when you go to invest, you don't really know the outcome. So that's how come, in the ancient world, it was kind of a fret. Damn, what type of harvest I'm gonna have? Because remember, this is not like now where you could forecast this and the weather is expected to be this. You didn't really know. It's an investment. Okay? And this truth is an investment. And we're sowing in tears. We cry aloud. Ezekiel 9:4. But guess what? That's just for now. When the kingdom is at hand, guess what? We're going to reap in joy. Meaning we're going to be so excited and happy about the kingdom of heaven, man. All this thing then paid off. And let's be real, man. This shit wasn't even that long. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you, all right? Relatively speaking, whether we're in the truth 10, 20, 30, 40, X amount of years, all right, to us it feels long, but in the grand scheme of things, hey, the Most High have mercy. Okay? Because, yeah, we've been prophesying for decades, because the scriptures tell you that a lot is subject to a lot, but we don't even remember it. So the Most High gave us a fresh memory, and for some of us, okay, we've been in a couple of decades. The apostles and elders have been in there for decades, which is no light thing, I'm saying, all right? But again, in the grand scheme of time, the Most High shown us mercy, man, all right? The Most High is having this thing the Most High is having this man go down speedily, okay? The Most High is definitely having this man go down speedily, So that's a blessing and that's mercy right there, okay? So we shouldn't be bitching and all that. After a while, you just you deal with it. You understand why we're here. And when we're suffering, like the Apostle of Gabar says, like, well, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to be going through. I'm just gonna fucking deal with it like a man. I'm gonna soldier out and wait for the Lord to return, and that's that. All right. So I hope brothers were edified. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.